It's time for Tip of the Week.
You'll never get anywhere without our help. It's Tip of the Week.
And this week's Tip of the Week comes from wikihow.com/play tennis.
Oh, I like the WikiHows because
So do
sometimes
I.
they're really useful. Sometimes they like tell you how to walk upstairs.
Yep. And that's what this one's like. This one is an incredible article. It's written by a guy, so I assumed it had been written by a guy who'd seen tennis on telly and never played it.
Read about it in a book without pictures.
It sounded like an alien trying to describe tennis to another alien race. It's,
And then he hit it back.
some of the descriptions are incredible, so I'll just go through a few. I had to take a few down this week. So first one, this is all direct quotes. You can practice basic serving techniques in any large open space, but it's best to spend as much time as possible on actual courts. I love this one.
Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, I love this one because the best reason for that is because at the back of courts they usually have some fence or something that stops the ball going so far away. My favourite thing is the image of somebody just in a big field serving the ball miles away. And they're, I've got to go and get them, haven't I?
Massive car park just bouncing off into the distance.
And then just sad face because I've only got one ball. Because you would if you just started to play, wouldn't you? A lot of his advice assumes that you've got thousands of balls. Like when I started playing tennis when I was a kid, we had three. And
Yeah,
a
you buy a
pack of
tube.
three, yeah. And if one went over onto the train tracks, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Second tip, the racket. This was on how to buy a good racket.
Okay, great.
The racket shouldn't feel like it's too heavy to move, but it also shouldn't feel like it weighs nothing.
The number of times I've tried to pick up a racket and
It turned out it was a train carriage. It was too heavy to move. Who's buying a tennis racket that's too heavy to move? How small are you? Tennis rackets generally are a weight that you can pick up and move. That's not helpful advice. It's useful to know that it shouldn't weigh look like it weighs nothing, though. People try to go out there playing with feathers and stuff. Idiots. Another advice. Ask anyone you see playing at your local court if they'd be interested in helping you learn. Now, that's quite nice advice to try and find friends, isn't it? Because I don't think that would be particularly successful in England, personally. We're not very helpful people.
Can you help me?
No.
Can you imagine at Cannon Hill Park?
Yeah.
Can you help me learn, mister?
No, piss off.
Fuck are you?
Yeah. We'd come down here to play tennis and I'm going home, you know? I'm not helping you.
Go play in that big field.
The rest of Canada Park, the geese will come and get you. Another piece of advice, this is for games, when you get to game stage.
Oh, okay. We're getting there now.
We're leaping ahead a little bit. This was
Yeah.
later on in the article, but there's a couple of crackers I had to say for the end. The advice is, study your opponent's mental state.
Are they about to have a breakdown? If so, wind them up.
Continue, yeah. A stressed or upset opponent is a vulnerable opponent. This is like psychological warfare that this guy is trying to preach here. If they're reacting angrily, missing easy shots, or don't seem to be paying attention to the game, you can leverage that to win by serving a variety of shots to confuse them. Why?
Only if they're angry, though. Otherwise,
just do the same shot over and over.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're not likely to be confused.
No, they're in good headspace on this, so they won't be confused by your variety of shots. That is the worst advice I've ever heard. Do not vary your shots until they've become mentally anguished. Couple more. This one is an absolute stunner. The motion in a backhand volley is similar to elbowing someone out of the way while crouching. That's not true.
What, whilst they're crouching?
I don't know. I don't know. It's blatantly untrue. I tried to do the sort of action
Backhand
of a backhand volley.
Do they mean like an overhead?
An overhead backhand volley. But where's the crouch? Where's the crouch coming in?
I think
Are
you
you
might
elbowing somebody downwards,
Yeah,
crouching on the
I
top
think
of their noggin?
Well, sort of into their... I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe they're a little bit behind you.
See, the thing is that his forehand volley advice, perfectly standard. Just hit the ball with your forehand. He just describes how to do a forehand effectively.
Hit it before it bounces.
The front of your hand aiming towards the court. Why not just say the same with the backhand? No. Remember, you've got to try and elbow that dwarf in front of you. You got to elbow him.
Crouchy elbow.
Again, crouching elbow, hidden volley.
It's going to be the title of my book.
It should be. Crouching elbow. It's a good one. Final hint. If you're really struggling with tennis, you need to take this one into account. When serving, if you want to do a practice toss, don't hit it with your racket.
Because that's a serve.
If you aren't serving, continue holding your racket and waiting. I love it.
For how long?
I don't know.
for like an indication, like a light.
I love that there's a thought that you might do something else. What else are you going to do? They haven't served you the ball yet. If you're not serving, leg it over and try and hit them. They've thrown the ball up. It's in play. This guy, apparently 13 years this guy's been a tennis coach.
Wow.
I'm not going to him for lessons.
Well, but if he's in the park, you might approach him and ask him to help.
I won't, because he'll be out in open space just hitting the ball into a lake. Enjoy your tip of the week, folks.
You never get anywhere without our help. It's tip of the week.